In a world where every move you make can be controlled, where the truth can be twisted at will, and where even your thoughts are monitored, how far will you go to fight for your freedom? In George Orwell's 1984, we step into a dystopian society controlled by Big Brother and the Party, where rebellion and independent thought are the ultimate acts of resistance. This book isn't just a snapshot of a totalitarian regime, it's a chilling reminder of the power of control and how easily our freedoms can be stripped away if we aren't vigilant. 1984 isn't just for fans of dystopian fiction, it's for anyone who values the truth and wants to keep their sense of individuality intact in a world that constantly threatens both. In this novel, Orwell paints a terrifying picture of a society under the absolute rule of the party, where the line between reality and propaganda is blurred beyond recognition. The core theme of 1984 is the suppression of individual thought and freedom, making it more relevant today than ever before. The message is clear: totalitarian control leads to the complete destruction of truth, trust, and liberty. The story revolves around Winston Smith, a man working for the party in Oceania, a superstate constantly at war with its neighbors. Winston is a cog in the machine, rewriting history to fit the party's narrative. But deep inside, he rebels against the lies. He begins questioning the very foundation of his existence and starts a forbidden relationship with Julia, a fellow party member. Together, they think they can escape the oppressive system, until they realize just how deep the party's control goes. Orwell's vision of a future where Big Brother is always watching might seem extreme, but it's a powerful reflection on the consequences of unchecked power. Through Winston, Orwell challenges us to reflect on our own lives and the forces that influence our reality. The party's manipulation of language and information, especially with the creation of Newspeak, a language designed to eliminate words that could express rebellion, forces us to think about how easily words can be twisted to control us. But it's not just about what happens in this fictional world. Think about the world we live in now. We see manipulation through media, information control, and the erosion of privacy. Orwell's warnings are just as relevant today as they were when the book was written. The manipulation of the truth, through media, social platforms, or even government narratives, can alter public perception and strip away individual freedoms, just as it does in 1984. In the novel, the party uses techniques of psychological manipulation, like doublethink, the ability to hold to contradictory beliefs at the same time, and thought crime, to break down the ability to think critically. This is a deliberate strategy. When the truth is continually warped, it becomes easier for the powerful to maintain control. And when citizens stop questioning what's real, they become easier to manipulate. But the most terrifying aspect of Orwell's world isn't just the physical control, it's the way the party changes people's very minds. Winston, who initially believes he can escape the party's grasp, eventually succumbs to it. In the end, his rebellion is crushed, not through torture alone, but through a deep psychological reconditioning. The party doesn't just break bodies, it breaks minds. A memorable quote from 1984 that sums up the book's chilling message is this: "War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength." These paradoxes are a reflection of the party's tactics to maintain dominance. By creating confusion, they ensure that the population remains disoriented, making them more malleable. It's a lesson in how language can be used as a weapon, a tool to control thought and behavior. Real-life examples of Orwell's strategies are abundant. Think of how politicians or corporations sometimes twist facts to suit their own agendas, manipulating language and the narrative to keep the public in line. The concept of alternative facts is a modern-day echo of Orwell's doublethink, holding to opposing ideas as true at the same time. This is a direct parallel to the ways in which truth can be manipulated, eroding public trust and compromising the very foundation of a free society. The key takeaway here is this: 1984 serves as a warning about the dangers of unchecked power and manipulation. It challenges you to think critically about the world around you, to question narratives, and to protect your independence and free thought at all costs. Orwell reminds us that the fight for truth and freedom is not just a fight against external forces, but a battle within ourselves to stay free from manipulation. Now, think about your own life. Are there any areas where you've noticed your thoughts being influenced or controlled by external forces? Are there things you accept without question because they've been presented as truth, even when they may not be? 1984 compels us to question the narratives we are told, to push back against the forces that would manipulate us, and to refuse to be passive in the face of injustice. It's a call to action, a reminder that you have the power to think freely and critically. So, take a moment today and ask yourself, what is one way you can ensure your mind stays free, that you don't fall into the trap of accepting things without question? Maybe it's learning to recognize manipulation when it happens. Maybe it's seeking out alternative viewpoints, or maybe it's taking the time to do your own research before you form an opinion.